Hello and welcome everyone. I am Priyanka on behalf of Colordoor. Today I'm going to share with you the tutorial for this beautiful album. This is my latest creation using the Colordoor's wedding story collection. So let's just start the tutorial. First we'll make our base pages. For that, follow the measurements that's written on the screen and do the same for all the 5 pages. Now I've selected these pattern papers, so for each page I'm going to use a combination of 2 papers. Select any 2 designs and then cut them to 7/7/8 by 5/7/8 and then just do as I am doing in the video. So in this way we will get our pattern papers for 2 base pages. One of this design will be for page number 1 and the other one we will use at the inside front cover. That we will do in the end. Now I am just inking the edges of these pattern papers to give a bit of a vintage shabby look. You can use any shade of brown. I am using walnut stain here. Now I am sticking this layout on base page number 1, sticking this piece of lace with the help of fabric glue on the joint of the 2 pages. Similarly, on the same pattern I am going to select some pattern papers for each page, and each design will give us the layouts for 2 pages. So just follow what I am doing in the video, and we are going to make some different patterns with every design. So the lace is an optional thing. If you want, you can just avoid it. I just wanted to give it some extra texture and look, so that's why I'm using this kind of lace. So this will be our page number 2 and 3. Now I have selected this bride and groom paper to make our page number 4 and page number 7. For page number 5 and 6 we are going to make a shaker page. For that, just cut out a window in the base page, keeping a margin of 1/2 inch on all the 4 sides. Then cut your acetate pieces to 7/3/4 by 5/3/4. Cut 2 pieces, and then for the making the shaker I'm using the chipboard piece. I'm cutting 4 strips of chipboard that is 3/8 inch in breadth. To make the shaker page, first stick the acetate on your cut window page, then put the chipboard pieces with the help of double-sided tape. After that, fillet it with shaker, whatever shaker you want. Then put another piece of acetate on top of it. Now I am just covering it with the pattern paper. These strips are 1/2 inch in breadth. Make sure that you cut 8 strips and then stick on the front and at the back of the page so that it's visible on both the sides. So this will be our page number 5 and 6. Page number 4 and 7 will be the same. This bride and groom paper will be cut like in a slanting way, and I'm sticking that to make it like a pocket. Now for making page number 8 and 9, I've used this wooden sheet and a purple sheet, and just cut these papers like I'm doing in the video. This purple sheet will be 4 inches in breadth, so that it covers the area between these panels. Now I'm sticking the last piece like a pocket, so I have put tape in a U shape. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the next page. So the colors will be opposite in this. The pocket will be purple and the middle panel will be the wooden pattern paper. Stick your last piece as in a pocket shape. Now for page number 10 and the inside back cover, I'm using these full papers. There is no pattern on this. Now we'll start embellishing and making layouts for all our pages. This is the layout for page number 5. We are going to do the same layout on page number 7 now. So let's start. First I'm pasting some doily, cut them in half and sticking as shown, and then I'm using this texture honeycomb design from the Colordoor. Now I've just used some coconut fiber and using this journal card and making arrangement with flowers and foliage, putting them here and there, and I'm using some flowers from Prima and sticking them as shown in the video. Make sure that you don't stick anything so that the pocket becomes closed and the photo mats don't go inside the pocket. After this, when you have done with this, you can cut off the excess coconut fiber, and these are the photo mats now. So that completes our layout. So for the shaker page, I have done this layout on this side. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the back side of this, that we will do together. Take your this plain cardstock that was used to make the bases, core it at 3/1/8 and then 6/1/4 and then 6/3/4. Now I'm going to cut off this excess part. So I had taken this cardstock, this was 4/6, not exactly 4 by a little bit less than 6, and then I have just tiered the edges and I have distressed. Now according to this, your paper should be a little bit less than this, right? So yeah, this measures 4/3/4 inches. So I'm going to just fold them now like this and just keep it here on this piece like this, and then I'm going to make a pencil mark just like this, and then I'm going to make a slit. Now insert your booklet in the stick. If there is a need, you can taper the edges so that it easily slides inside. Now stick this with glue, and for being sure, just put a tape as well. Now do as shown in the video and start sticking your laces, your flower arrangement and things just like I'm doing in the video. You can also change it up a little bit if you want. Make sure that you are putting the flowers in a way that it's half on the booklet and half on the shaker page, acetate page. It's just to give like a closure kind of thing, but the flower should not stick on the booklet so that it's easily openable. And I have not used any magnets or cords to make a closure for these booklets. If you are not comfortable, you can use a cord or a twine to make the closure for your booklets as well. Now after finishing the layout, I found that the decorations could be seen from both the sides, like the white part. So to cover that, I'm just putting this Mr. and Mrs. banner and some sentiments here, so that the back side of the decorations on the other page is not visible from the front side, and vice versa. Now page number 8 and 9 will be same. I'm doing the layout for page number 9 right now. So just do as shown in the video. First I'm putting some doily, and I'm using this frame chipboard sticker and using a journal card and sticking it at an angle. Then I'm sticking it with the help of some foam tape. Just make sure that you don't close your pocket. So just do the arrangement with flowers and foliage. I'm sticking this couple and these flower bunches. Top it up with sentiment, and our layout is done. I made this one at the back of this, so this will open up like this, so it has space for pictures, and there's a pocket here as well to keep your pictures, and then we have a sliding here. So let's make this another one. To make this layout, I'm using this pink carnation cardstock. Then just put the tape on the upper and the bottom side to make it like a belly band kind of thing. Now to make this pocket that's going to go on top of the booklet, take a cardstock. This measures 4/3/4 by 4/1/4 inches and score on 3 sides at 1/2 inch to make a pocket. Just do as shown in the video and stick it on top. You can use any journal card to decorate this pocket. After this, there's a little bit less scope to make some decorations on this page. So make sure when you are putting these arrangement of flowers and foliage, it should be in a way that you don't obstruct your booklet from opening and closing easily. So just do as shown in the video. You can make all the layouts in the same manner with flowers and foliages and use your own imagination. Now let's do the binding. For that I'm using 2 sheets of fabric paper. It's cream in color, and I've cut it to 10.5 inches by 12 inches. After that I have connected these two together with 1/4 inch tape. Now cut your chipboard pieces according to the measurements that's written on the screen, applying tape at the back of all 3 pieces. After that, you'll stick the spine piece first at the center of your 2 pages, the base pages. Then keep a margin of 1/8 inch on the left and the right side of your spine, and then stick your bigger pieces of chipboard. Be careful that it should be in the center. If there is a need, you can make a 1-inch mark from the bottom so that all of the chipboard pieces are aligned properly. Now I am making a 1-inch mark on the left and right side of the bigger chipboard pieces and cutting off the extra part. Now I am just applying tape on all the 4 sides of the cream fabric paper, and then I am going to burnish it very nicely. Then just cut off the corners, leaving a 1/8 inch gap from the corner of the chipboards on all the 4 sides. Now remove the backing of your tape and start with the longer side. Start pasting your fabric paper on the chipboard starting from the center and work your way towards outside. Do the same for the other side and keep burnishing so that there are no air bubbles. Now when you do the shorter sides, just make sure to push the corners inside so that we have nice and clean corners for our album base. Now to hide the chipboard piece in the center, we are just going to take the leftover fabric paper and I am joining 2 pieces together to make a bigger piece and just sticking it in the center with the help of the tape. Make sure that you stick this center piece with the help of tape only. The glue becomes stiff, so the tape will be flexible enough for our spine. Now once we are done with the album base, we will start to attach our pages inside the album. Put tape on the hinges of each page and start sticking the first page as shown in the video. To make our pages aligned, I am just making a mark of 1/8 inch from the bottom and then sticking it. When you attach your shaker page, cut the hinge to 3/8 inch instead of just keeping it to 1/2 inch. Rest all the pages hinges will be 1/2 inch only. After you have attached all your pages, make sure that you are burnished them nicely. So as you can see, I have done it in 4 layers. Cut the cardstocks according to the measurements that's written on the screen, and first stick your back piece and then your spine piece. After that, when you do the cover, just don't put the pattern paper yet because we have to make the shaker. After we make the shaker, then we are gonna stick it on the black cardstock. Now for making the shaker, I'm using this tool piece. This is a net fabric with glitter inside it, and then I'm just sticking the tape at the back of this pattern paper and sticking the tool, that is the net fabric, and filling it with shaker. This I have done it in 2 parts so that the shaker is not collected in just one place. Now once you're done with this, we need to make the closure for the album. For that, I'm taking this green cardstock and just follow the measurements that's written on the screen. You can obviously just measure your album and then do the changes in this closure as well. After that, I am just matted it with black cardstock, and on top of that I'm going to stick the pattern paper as well. Now stick as shown in the video. We are going to stick 3 sides only. Now for the closure, I am using these velcro dots. If you don't have this, then you can use magnets as well. Now I am just building the cover, putting the elements here and there and just making an arrangement. Once you are satisfied with all the arrangement, you can decorate it with glitter and art stones or also sequins. I'm just putting these sequins with the help of gel medium. Finally, our tutorial is complete. I hope you guys had fun making this. If you do recreate this, do tag me and ColorDoor. Thank you so much for watching. This is Priyanka from Memory Keepers on behalf of ColorDoor. See you. Bye.